We're live. We're live. We're live. We're live.
Right.
Welcome back. Let's
Let's give it a couple of minutes here for
yeah, we're
everybody
gonna
to
give
get
it a
the
minute for
notice.
everybody to get the notice and roll back in here. But that was definitely
And then we'll
that was
do
not
our
an us problem.
take two here. Give us just a second.
Yeah, wowzer. So I haven't had Buffalo Trace myself in a while.
Why haven't I had a single barrel?
Actually, scratch that.
select
Probably
in
like
a minute.
Yeah, it's got kind of a bit of an oak. A little bit of Biff tannins there. Like it's really, yeah. It's got some Biff tannins.
We may have lost. We may have lost the entire momentum we built tonight.
I think we give it a minute
Here we go.
because everybody just got like the notification. Like the minute in, they start getting that notification. So there's Preston. Preston, welcome back, man.
Thanks, Preston. All right,
Hopefully you can see us now.
we're gonna do a take two. Here we go.
Hey, so Preston, really quick. No, but before we
yeah,
do
let's-
this, let's talk about his bottle since we got him here.
Preston, really quick.
What is this
did you
raspberry
age this
liqueur?
in, or did it come already aged? Because this is wow.
Was delightful. We had that before the show,
We did a little taster before the show.
and it makes me really I really am looking forward now to the mead
Also,
barrel.
Preston, Middleton 2024. What's your finger on the pulse of getting that bottle? Just
Ooh,
asking for me.
24.
Yeah, the 24. I want last year's release. I had that last year in
Yeah.
Cork, and it was the best whiskey I've ever drank. Ever,
Wow.
Ever.
All right.
Ever.
Well, we're back. Do we want to bring it on in?
Here we go. We're going to do take two. One,
Sure.
two, take two, go down.
Welcome back to the Barrel Buddies. I'm Jimmy.
And I'm BJ. Thanks for this weird blip. So what we were saying was
It was a YouTube problem. First,
a
of all.
YouTube
It's not
problem.
an us problem.
so weird.
Yeah.
But hey, thanks for coming back.
Buffalo Trace.
Buffalo Trace was just saying. Well, it doesn't matter what we were saying. We're gonna get back into it because we took a break from drinking some whiskey. We were drinking all those scotches, and now we're gonna drink some bourbon.
Yeah, and we
Some
wanted
good
to
old Kentucky bourbon.
Yeah, and we wanted to get back into it and start light and kind of work our way back up. And obviously, as you probably caught previously, we were talking about, not jumping in with some barrel proof, right? And that we would go towards something a little bit more palatable. That's I would say I've seen Buffalo Trace. Well, obviously, because, everything's on the decline.
24
hobby
bucks
wise.
at Costco.
Yeah,
This-
24
but
bucks.
a single barrel select is going to run you what at our local big box store, which is probably where you got this. In
So-
fact, it's exactly where you got this.
Yeah, the
Total Wine and
store
More.
picks, I think you get them for like 40-ish.
I was gonna say $50, no more. Maybe
Yeah.
$50.
Yeah.
So a $50 for a single barrel is pretty good. Nose taste value. That's how we rate everything on this show.
Yeah.
If it's been a minute, I know it's been a minute for us, so it's a good reminder. Nose taste value. So value $50. We'll start there. We'll go to nose next. This has all the classic tellings to me of Buffalo Trace. For me, I know you always say bubblegum, but I also always think Buffalo Trace has a candied orange peel. When you candy an orange peel, I get a lot of candied orange peel here.
Okay, I got to get back because he's responded now.
Oh,
Preston.
Preston,
here.
tell us.
So he used this to charge up a 1 liter barrel. Once this came out, he put in Barton juice in the barrel.
Oh.
And then the raspberry liqueur went back in and has been there for about 7 months.
If Chris Conrad has rejoined us, hey, Chris, how you feel about that Barton 1792? Tell us how you really feel.
And then he says that equates to 3.3 years because it's a 1 liter barrel. So there's a lot more surface area. So to put that into perspective, we have had the mead from the big boy bottle here in the 5 liter barrel now for exactly 3 weeks. And the barrel is really, you can kind of tell.
Oh, it's real jammy.
Like it's getting really jammy. Like the whole barrel is almost turning purple. Like
the barrel Lamaze is happening. It's
really,
sucking in and pushing out.
Barrel Lamaze is definitely happening here.
And the meat is pushing.
And you can kind of see like the at the seams there that it's very rich purple color.
Discoloration is taking place.
It's really taking on all of this mead. So I think we're close to having to swap it out for the whiskey. My plan is to rebottle the mead into like hip flasks. So I'm working on getting some small bottles for that. And then we'll probably do a giveaway on the mead. If anybody wants a bottle of mead, we'll send it out to them, fans of the show, and circulate it in some of our bottle share groups, of course, because I don't want to let it go to waste. And I think it's going to taste magical out of this new charred oak barrel.
We're going to do a little sampling, a little
We're going to do a sampling tonight.
quality
We're going to do quality control. So he said, and also for the Middleton, he's only seen it at Total Wine around the 240 range.
Wow. Okay.
Price-wise.
That's worth it.
So
Worth
yeah.
it. All right. I'll be on the lookout.
He's asking, what are our thoughts on raspberry? Good magical or could go longer?
This of this,
Yeah.
I thought it was magical. I thought it was really
Oh, it was great.
mellow, had good oak characteristics. Because it's so low in the alcohol profile, only 15% out of the bottle. I think that it probably came down even further than that. I would mix that in with like a very gassy seltzer, something with like a lot of the mineral gas. Or we talked a lot about
Bourbon smash,
a bourbon smash, or I said
Cosmo,
a lemon drop,
lemon
a
drop,
raspberry lemon drop.
raspberry lemon drop.
Dangerous.
So what you do, you basically, and
Dangerous.
what I do with those is, since this is a lot more dense, get your martini glass. I'd probably put half an ounce at the bottom of that glass,
Yeah.
and then put your lemon drop on top of it. And then you just have a raspberry lemon drop, and talk about a party right there.
Or a lemon raspberry drop, because really the drop is the raspberry.
Yeah,
Ooh.
no, you get 3 or 4 of those in you, and it's party time.
I don't even know that you need that many, but yeah, they go down easy.
Yeah,
I think
that's for sure. Been there, done that. Many a lemon drop nights, especially at the Petrosian for any old fans following from the Bellagio days. I think our record was 3 of us had, I think it was 18 lemon drops between 3 of us. That was
Wow.
Bad times.
All right.
Good times, but bad times.
So
I don't know how I feel about this. I
very oaky.
Yeah, thank you. Like I get
It
like
is a single barrel, right?
faint bubblegumness in the back end, super faint and
Lot
light,
of spice on this.
but it's got a lot of spice. Okay, it's not just me. Is my palate off? You're the one with like the new,
I've got the fresh
the re-virgined palate over here.
I have the reset palate, and I will tell you that it's got so much spice that it feels like it's higher than a 45%er.
Yeah,
It's kind of bitter. I'm not going to call it acrid. I don't think it's acrid bitter.
biff
but it's
tannins.
Biff tannins for sure.
Yeah,
And it is bitter.
it's not great.
It's that spicy oak. I think this has got a big backbone for cocktails for sure. And it would need a sweet mixer. I can see some whiskey sours with that. I think would be delightful.
Yeah,
right?
I would use this for cocktails. I don't know that I even want to drink this.
I wouldn't drink that straight up. And you know what? Probably adding a little cube, throwing a cube in that, or adding a little water to separate out those alcohol molecules and give everything a little space. Really, that's what, when you cut it, right? You're giving everything a little space. Probably
Yeah.
would help. Probably open this up a little bit. I'm not a big fan of this particular barrel
I'm not.
offering.
I give this a big thumbs down.
Buffalo Trace is generally a lot better. I think we just chose bad as a re-entry into bourbon.
I know. I was
tonight.
really hoping for like a
Ugh.
light, kind of a
It
Blanton's, like a Blanton-esque, sweeter.
No, this is not delicate. This is not light. This is a big burly chewing on a cigar.
Surprising. Can I see the bottle?
Yeah,
Is there
this
like
is rough.
and this? I think this is an oldie. I think this is
That's
probably part of the reason
rough.
why. So this is a Total Wine pick.
But I appreciate where your head was.
from 2019.
Dang,
so maybe
6
that.
years. 6-year-old juice.
I mean, there
sitting in
might
the
even
bottle.
be some oxidation in there, even though there's more than half a bottle
But I don't
left.
taste that, right?
I don't
I'm
taste
usually
on it.
really
We know
good
we
about
can
tasting
nail down
oxidation.
oxidation.
And that cork is not corked. That cork is in there. Did you hear how hard it popped when I pulled
yeah.
it?
No, it has
It's very loud. It's not.
Very
We got no air. I think it's just this is also the challenge when you have single barrel picks, right? Every barrel is unique about how it's aged, where it's been in the rick house,
unique New York,
and that's why you get blending, right?
Yeah,
That's why you blend it to get the flavor you want. This is the mash bill, but it's a single barrel, so you're getting a unique flavor. This one just
I don't know that I even
didn't
want to rate it. I almost don't know that it warrants a rating tonight.
I
Because
would- I
think
mean, I'll
it's
give it-
just,
I'll give it my
You
rating.
can give it a score.
I'd give it a 3. I'd give it a 1 on the nose, a 1 on the flavor, and
wow.
I'll give it a 2 on the value. So I'll give it a 4.
Okay.
But I would not drink that straight up again. Absolutely not.
Yeah,
No neat. This is not neat.
I'm with
It's
you. It's
bad.
not. I don't know what's wrong.
Little
with that one
underwhelming.
today.
It's because we haven't been drinking whiskey.
That's true.
We've got reset whiskey palates, and we've become whiskey babies.
I'm gonna totally agree with you because I'll say, you think about Super Bowl, I was drinking beers and beeritas, and then that was tequila.
We gone
and then
soft.
We've gone soft. The Barrel Buddies gone soft.
We gone soft.
That's a great title for this show too. Barrel Buddies went soft? Question mark. Like, where are they going with this?
A picture. Get a Viagra pill, and what I'll do is I'll make a barrel. I'll color in with
like
a
a
barrel,
limped barrel.
and then I'll just make it say, "Barrel Buddies have gone soft?" Question mark.
Barrel Buddies
Use
go
it-
soft.
just put you in front of a bed, in front of the bottles.
There's like a chair in the corner. You're like, what is this? With like a shot of whiskey on it. Okay. Anyways, we have jumped the shark. Oh, you're going right to the. Be careful with that. I don't even know if that spigot's. Oh, it's working. All right, so we're gonna try the mead. So if you've caught up with the show, and don't go wild with it. We just need a taste.
I'm just trying to exercise the valve a little bit.
All right. Yeah, we just need a splash in there. That's perfect. It looks just how it went in there. It is dark.
It's really dark and it's really thick. It's as thick as that raspberry. Liqueur.
Oh, I cannot wait.
Boy.
All right, good. That is a good sign. All right. Yeah, I was gonna say pull the half pan down a little bit in case we got some drips. But just you can kind of really see that barrel like around the seams there, how it's really just the wood. Like if you remember from the first show, it was almost brown and oaky, and then it is now turning black and purple because it's just pulling in all that.
It's black mold.
Oh, whoa.
Oh my god.
Well, cheers to this, whatever this tasty treat is going to be like here. Wow.
I'm just gonna say, to spit that out feels like a crime against humanity.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, it's very subtle. I think the tannins in the mead originally, it had kind of like a sour pucker when we first put it in there. Like it was very sour.
Mellowed, yeah.
And it's mellowed out over these past couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's that's a perfect way to say it. It has mellowed. I think that another weekend is going to do this some good
It definitely needs some more time in there.
because I feel like you got the sourness of the raspberries have really come through. Like you can really pick out the individual fruits, where I feel like in the bottle, it was really tight, right? It'd been in that bottle for a long time.
Yeah.
So it's really opened up. Each individual fruit you can really pick out. You can pick out the currant, you can pick out the raspberry. They're very unique on their own. A blueberry? Is a blueberry in that? I know it's raspberry, currant,
strawberry, black
Strawberry.
currant, and raspberry.
There's like the sourness of the strawberry and raspberry, like the fresh fruit. Like when you eat those fresh, you get that sour, fresh flavor.
Yeah.
But yeah, to your point, that oaky, silky,
Yeah, it's got very
velvetness.
smooth, silky, velvety mead.
Yeah, it's kind of gone away, and it's become a lot more fruit forward with like an oak.
All the
nicety.
sourness has gone out of that. Like the pucker you had when we first had it, we're like, ooh, you can tell it's got those typical berry sourness, right? Where that's completely mellowed out. I get some of the char from the barrel. I do get barrel in a good way. Like I almost get like an oaky, like a very light, almost toasted oak
That tastes like hard candy in the best way possible.
Yes.
That's really good.
It makes this is nothing but great news. So for those that don't know and didn't catch the barreling show, we're gonna let this go probably for another week. and we want to dump it, and then we're gonna put in.
I almost want to challenge you to let it go another 3.
I can. I almost want this barrel to. It's starting to really change color. Like I know you can't tell
Like
too much.
I really kind of want you to continue turning it and go 6 full weeks.
Yeah. Preston says go for it. Let it go. Because it's really
The
absorbing.
metamorphosis that this is taking on is very intriguing.
Like around the rings, you can just see it around the seams are all just absorbing this mead, and it's completely changing the wood.
It's
Um,
what it's done to the actual beverage is, I mean, it's delicious.
Yeah.
It's very good.
it is good. So I say we'll just continue to try it weekly, and when it's ready, it's ready. I think that's all. A lot of distillers gauge that, right? Like they kind of have a range of when they think something's ready, but it's always the barrel's ready when it's ready.
I think we keep tasting it too.
Yeah. So we'll next week we'll just leave it in and we'll give it another taste.
I'll
keep observing it. We really have just very, very light leakage, just a couple drips here and there in the pan. It's really held up.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good update. We had some booze news.
Oh, hold on. I didn't talk about what's going in there for those that missed it.
Oh.
So we are going to end up putting some of Nevada's finest. We are going to put 6 bottles. They're roughly, we're going to get 5 liters worth of the Frey Ranch single barrel strength straight bourbon whiskey. So this is their non-chill filtered, distilled from 4 slow-grown grains in Fallon, Nevada. So this is a Northern Nevada classic by the Frey family, Colby Frey. Really cool story. So it says, my journey starts with the love of growing grains in a sustainable way here on the ranch, over 1,500 acres in the Lake Tahoe watershed. Every time I step onto this land, I can feel the generations before me. I've tilled the soil, planted the seeds, and grown the grains specifically for making a barrel-strength bourbon unlike any other. Born from 165 years of our family farming tradition, every single aspect of this whiskey was crafted on Frey Ranch. Colby Frey.
Yeah, it really is
very cool.
Farm to bottle. I mean, it's farm to bottle all the way.
And we're going to put, this one, for example, is one of Corey's picks. So if you know Corey's here locally, this, I have a single barrel from him, from Isa here in town, and also from his brother, who is up in Reno, has a Corey's up there, which is more like a grocery store, a bit more grocery than drinking establishment, but grocer. But this one's coming in at 63.36%, 126.72 proof.
Seems like a tragedy to do that.
I know.
We really should just stick to just regular Frey Ranch offerings.
No,
because got like 30 bottles up there.
They're all single barrel store picks.
Oh my God.
That have been gifted to me or traded to me. I think I've maybe bought one, and the rest were gifts. And I have about 12 Frey Ranch bottles. So, Hank wants to know, is there a list of descriptions we draw from a standardized set? As far as like whiskey or just in general? In general,
that's a good question.
We have used a wheel. It's called like a bourbon wheel, a bourbon profile wheel.
Yeah.
We used to use it and talk a lot about it a couple of years ago.
We should pull it back out.
We do need to pull it out. And I think I have a PDF of it where I can actually share it out on the YouTube site.
Yeah, we should share that
post.
Back out.
I'll share it to you guys. So definitely. So Preston says a 5-liter barrel's time runs about 19 weeks for 1 year equivalent to a 53-gallon barrel of age.
Wow. 19 weeks.
19 weeks to get 1 year of aging equivalent.
So 9 weeks is 6 months.
And we're on week 3.
Which is effectively a month.
Yeah.
Right? Did I do that math right?
No. You're thinking of the opposite. So 3 weeks would be 3 months, right?
No.
19
weeks is 1 year, right?
Then we can math.
Let me get my calculator.
Hank's Liquor Store is dead. Many liquor stores are dead, unfortunately. I think that it's numerous reasons. I think One of the main reasons is
4.5 weeks equals 3 months.
okay,
So another week and a half
will
would
be a quarter, basically.
A quarter.
I like that. Let's keep tasting it weekly and go from there.
So I think another week and a half, and then we do another taste.
yeah. Good idea.
Good. Thank you, Preston. Well done.
Yeah,
well
it's
met,
great.
sir.
But again, it's kind of up to personal preference of the the hosting.
But I'd like to see.
liquor.
I'd like to see. I like where it's going. And I guess the other thing is the resultant. It's not about what the mead is supposed to be, right?
Exactly.
It's the flavor profile that you want infused into the whiskey.
yeah, technically.
So do you
dump
like
the
where it's at
mead.
right now
Yeah.
to be in your whiskey?
Right.
So that's that. Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
Project management 101.
Exactly. So, but back to part of the reasons why I think a lot of these places are dead is prices have gone out of control. I mean, that's probably the first.
Well,
You know,
we've talked about it. We've been railing against this. The Hank brought this up about.
well, he just said his liquor store is dead, but I think in general we've talked about this, and
but it's because secondary flippers basically took advantage of the market. Then all these market owners and retail store owners
they all caught on,
and
charging
said,
secondary.
"Well, I'm not going to get raped
I'm not
on
going to
this,
miss out.
so
Yeah.
I'm going to jump in on this because I'm not going to get taken advantage by my customer."
Well, and there's a ton of museums still out there to this day that are trying to sell a bottle
5-star.
of Weller.
Listen, you want to see? I'm going to tell you right
Really
now.
calling
If you're
people
in,
out
I'm going to
here.
call them out. I call them out to their face. I walk in there and I laugh at them and I call them out to their face. So I'm going to call them out. If you're in Las Vegas and you want to see a museum where you're going to go see amazing bottles you've just never seen, I could walk in there right now and see an Eagle Very Rare,
Yes.
$30,000 bottle.
Yeah.
And you will go in there and see it for $50,000. 5-star.
I mean,
on Flamingo.
it's a bit extreme, but I'll take it even a level that's
Go in
somewhat
there. It's
affordable,
there.
right? Like I've seen like Weller foolproofs for like $3.99 still. Like
Blanton's. You can
that's
go in there.
it's a
they have
$100 bottle,
Blanton's
$129
for
bottle.
$3.99.
Another great example, right? Like
Blanton's.
the shop owners are like 2 years behind of current secondary prices
Weller Special Reserve. Weller Special Reserve.
because they get their distributors in there
$2.99.
that tell them this. That's what it is.
$200 at 99.
Yeah,
$299.
these guys don't. These a lot of these places. I'm not gonna say all of them, but a lot of these guys
MSRPs
they don't know
for
secondary.
$29.
Yeah. So anyway,
But this
price
is
is a
why.
big factor. I do think that there's a generational shift for less drinking. I think that the youngin, the whippersnappers,
Yeah.
they're not drinking
that's
as much, or a lot of them are drinking like seltzers, and
That's true.
they've shifted towards
Market
a lot of pre-made cocktails. Like that's kind of like the huge thing right now.
Yep.
Is I never thought I would live to see the day where
The
their
club comes back.
the club comes back. Little bottles.
The club came
grenade.
back.
I know, no.
Buzz balls.
No, but I saw Truly on tap at a PT's here
No,
in
you
town.
did not.
Like you can literally get like a raspberry Truly seltzer on tap.
Get
They'll
it.
pour it in like a stein for you. I kid you not, and it tastes just like it does out of the can. I've had it.
That's both fantastic and annoying.
Yeah,
It's very
right.
annoying.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I think that there's just that hard liquor is just kind
It's
of fading
fallen
out,
out of
but
favor.
that's
Yeah.
the trend. That's the decade's trend. We've talked about this. We
Happens.
talked about
Yep.
when bourbon was nothing in the 70s,
It's true.
and then gin had to come up, and vodka has to come up, and they
Scotch
all
was big in the 70s.
Scotch,
right?
and they just have this roller
Rolls in
coaster,
and out.
and
Rolls
it's
in and out.
all cyclical. It all is this cycle that repeats itself over the decades. And beer will come back again. Whiskey will come back again. Tequila's on the decline. I've seen rum on the come up. Wine is making a
we
big.
keep calling rum on the come up, but rum has not come up yet.
It hasn't like
It
gotten
can't-
as popular
it
as
can't
it,
get
I
over
think
the
it
crest.
deserves. I think
Can't
rum
get over the crest.
rum is really underrated. I want to keep saying it's on the come up, but we do say that a lot, even though
We should really get on it and just start doing a once a week rum show.
well,
Look
there's
on-
some amazing
be on the
rums
lookout.
out there, and I personally don't think I know enough. I'd like to learn with our friends on the show here about rum because
many
I don't.
islands that produce it.
Yeah, there's so many like Jamaican rums and
Hawaiian
Caribbean
rums,
rums and rums
Barbados.
from all over the world.
Puerto Rico.
And then there's the
all
different kinds. There's like funky, like what is it, agricole. I think there's all these different
Yeah.
kinds of styles that I
Yeah.
really know nothing about. I don't know how they're made. But anyway, we digress. It's really off the rails a little bit. So
I think that wraps
up the show. We
good to be
talked
back.
barrel. It's good to be back. I still want to keep it mild. I still want to find a good sweet spot starter whiskey. Maybe the next week we talk about. We'll dip into a Blanton's. Maybe I threw a old granddad in there. Maybe Evan Williams.
Ooh.
Maybe we go back to some of the. I hate to say back to basics because we did that run, but I think we need to bring ourselves back to basics.
That might be an everyday. I may just come over here every day, and we just do a little shorts. Do YouTube shorts all week. Get our palates right.
Well, and then Hank, he's talking about rum prices. It's like I still think that rum is, since there's not a huge market for it right now, there's some incredible rums that are very reasonably
That's a
priced. I mean,
fact.
there's still Foursquare rum out there that's $100 a bottle.
The Pappy
Like,
Van Winkle of rum.
Yeah,
That you can still
Like,
find. The 2009
out there. It's out there, right?
single
Like,
barrel that you can get for
Yeah,
129,
Foursquare
150
is still out
bucks.
there. So, Preston says when we're ready, he'll bring over some Evan Williams hazmat he aged. Oh boy. I can't wait for that actually. 'Cause I love
I got to get
Evan
through
Williams
some tests,
Black.
but because I refuse to spit that out. Again, crime against humanity.
Well, there you have it. We want to save the news stories for next week.
Yeah,
'Cause
we'll
I'll
do.
save
You know
them
what?
and queue 'em
What we'll
up.
do? We won't do it. We'll do a record. We'll do a record. We'll record some stuff. Oh, hey, what's up, Cora Dog? We'll do some extra recordings and drop some news stories on you this week. So just continue to like,
That's it.
follow, subscribe,
Instagram.
give us
at
a
the Barrel
thumbs up if you don't
Buds.
mind. And
Thumbs
we'll
up
I'll
helps.
probably re-release this show and merge the two.
Yeah, if you could stitch
halves.
them, that would be
Um,
amazing.
I'll
for
get
our
them all
friends that catch
together.
it up after. Yeah.
So we've lost some followers, so I'm gonna do this challenge, this chilling challenge.
Oh,
I know we've had a rough start to the year, but we're looking to get on the come up again ourselves. So again, please like, follow, subscribe if you're not already doing those things. If you are, thank you. We appreciate that. And then we're asking you to share this with a person that you know, so that we can get ourselves back out there and be a little bit more consistent. So thank you.
yes, much appreciated, friends. We'll catch you next week. That's all we
Your
got.
dog really wants my
Oh,
attention.
Cora just wants.
She really wants my
pets.
attention.
Yeah. For the Barrel Buddies, I'm Jimmy.
And I'm BJ. We'll see you next week.
Later, friends. Bye.